Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Plaid Couch Reads Reddit Stories. Today we're talking about those wonderful Reddit mods, the neckbeards. Neckbeard on my church trip. Hey bros, I've never really posted, but since this happened, I've been debating posting. I decided to because I love watching Reddit stories on YouTube by Vinci, and he does a lot of neckbeard stories. But anyway, let me get to the story. So I, 18 female, met Neckbeard, 18 male, through church and ended up having a class with him. For some context, he's about 6 feet tall, wears baggy PJs with a lot of anime shirts.
Oh my
and
God.
has the classic neckbeard. When I met him, he seemed like a really chill guy, and I was a little interested in him, but nothing ever happened. Then a few months ago, a lot of my friends were going on a church trip that lasted a few days, and I decided to go as well. I was also a little excited when I realized he'd be going as well. This trip was basically 3 days of preaching and singing, like a concert, kind of. On the first night, me and my BFF realized we accidentally sat next to him. Most of the night he was sitting down on his phone playing some anime mobile game, so we only really had a little small talk. The next day I ended up sitting with him again, as well as my BFF. We talked a lot more that day, and I could tell he was trying to flirt with me, but he didn't really know how. But we did end up walking around the venue a lot, and busying snacks and talking, and I was having a pretty good time. At some point, he said this was a fun mini date. It caught me a little off guard at the time that it was a date, but everything was going fine, so I brushed it off. Later in the night, he ended up kissing me, but he had just eaten something, so I remember his breath being really bad. But I brushed it off. The last day we sat together again, and he was being really clingy and touchy and was talking about a relationship. I had feelings for him, but for me it seemed way too soon to be thinking about that, and his behavior towards me was making me lose attraction and just made me uncomfortable. But it was hard to not be around him because we were all kind of trapped together on this trip. We ended up sitting together on the bus in the back corner, which already made me feel uneasy. We watched a little anime together and played on his Switch, then listened to music for a while. He put his arm around me, and that's when the smell hit me.
Oh no.
I'm not super judgy about this. Like, I understand people get sweaty, but it was like he had not showered for a week. I would have moved or something, but I'm scared of confrontation, and I won't be able to stay away because of how the trip was organized and transportation. He was being really creepy and wanted to do stuff since we were hidden in the back. That moment especially was really uncomfy for me, and then we got back and I went home and kind of gave him a long text talking about how I didn't want a relationship, and he took him a bit of texting to accept it, but he backed off eventually. So yeah, that's my neckbeard experience. I'm not too fazed by it now, so I thought I'd share it if people were interested. Thanks for reading if you made it this far. Also, sorry for grammar or spelling, and if this is unorganized, this is my first Reddit story I've ever posted. Haha. Have you guys ever been on a church trip?
I will say that back in my day, I used to go to tournaments for Super Smash Brothers, and you guys went to a couple with us, and like
I'm 1 and 2.
Yeah, shut up. Some of the smelliest dudes I've ever encountered, and I've read other people who like go to conventions and stuff and things similar, and it's not to, and I've met so many like great people who do shower and stuff like that, but it's like you get some real smelly ones. And
one bad apple ruins it.
And it's like, dude, like, come on, put some deodorant on.
Yeah, and if you know that there's someone who frequents them, it just kind of kills your spirit for wanting to go to those.
I will say, like, the local ones we went to, my brother and I used to go to local ones around here. And those ones weren't bad. Like, we met a lot of really cool people there, and, like, nobody really smelled at those ones. But, like, some of the bigger ones, it'd be like, oh, ugh. So,
maybe one day we'll find our neckbeard on our next church trip.
I've encountered what I assume to be neckbeards like through online dating, and I don't get really far with them, but that's a treat too.
See, that's why I'm kind of sad that I'm a guy, because I don't get to experience that.
I'll start sending you my DMs.
Oh, I would love that. I want to see the thirst these people have.
I was talking to this guy one time, and you can cut this, I don't care. And
Don't cut it.
I was new to Tinder. This was like before Bumble was even, I don't know if Bumble was around or it wasn't a thing, but like Tinder was like the big thing. And I had maybe been on Tinder for a couple months. I hadn't met up with anybody. I was just putting, my toes in the water. And I matched with this guy. And I shit you not, it was like the second or third message. And he asked, like, what are you on here for? Which I hate that question on dating apps. Eventually, like, yeah, you have to ask that. But people will, like, come out the gate, like, so what are you looking for on here?
Hot.
And it's like... Can you, like, ask me, like, about my hobbies first?
What's your answer if someone asks that now? Because I have...
Well, on Bumble, you can, like... I think you could do it on Tinder, too. But on Bumble, you can set, like, what
but
you're...
But people don't look at that.
That's true.
Because they still ask that question.
I have two answers. And mine's like, I'm just seeing where things go, or they get blocked. And I hate to do that, but sometimes you just get the vibe, like when they slide into your DMs, like I'll say like, hey, what's up, or I'll like say something witty based on their profile to try to flirt with them, and then right away I get back, so what are you looking for on here? Instant unmatch, block them, because then you just know that. But if it's like 3 questions in. But anyway, this guy, like 2 or 3 questions in, he asked me that. And back then I was new to online dating. I didn't really know how to communicate like that, and I was very awkward. So I was just like, well, I don't know. I kind of want to date somebody. And I don't like telling people on online dating that I'm looking for a boyfriend, because that's really not what I'm looking for. Again, I'm just trying to meet people, and if it leads to something, then great, whatever. But if not, I don't mind just like casually like going out for drinks and stuff. So I was trying to nicely explain that, and his response was, well, I'm looking for the love of my life. I'm hoping you can be her.
Oh my god.
I shit you not. The guy didn't even know like any of my favorite movies, what music I listen to. He didn't know my job. It's insane how many guys just
he
go
took the
for
full
it.
court shot.
I think my friend is becoming a neckbeard, or already is one. I didn't even know that neckbeard was a term, but when I heard about it and what symptoms are, I realized that my friend is one or becoming one. First off, I hate to do this.
What's the
symptoms of being a neckbeard?
What's the diagnosis, doctor? What's the diagnosis?
I read that, I'm like, I'm reading this story just because of that.
Symptoms.
Give it to me straight, doc.
WebMD, the symptoms of being a neckbeard. I have known him a very long time, and he is always nerdy and messy, but in like 2 years, he has gone bad.
Bad.
He is really awkward with people. He has a typical neckbeard, nice guy, gentleman manners when talking to women, and thinks he is charismatic, but really every woman is just disgusted, and overall every girl that knows him just despises him. He is physically average or above, but lacks hygiene. He smells, his room is dirty, he has dishes everywhere. He doesn't have a hairstyle. It is just overgrown that is left from a buzz cut. He wears the same old worn hoodie and gym pants. He has acne and doesn't take a good care, but he actually doesn't have a neck beard. What is good, right? I don't know what that question's for.
What is good, brother? What in the world?
This whole story, I'm sorry. But I had to read this.
Wait, that's how it ends?
No, there's more. There's more. It's just... this whole story, it's just fucking bizarre. He is really into World War II and that kind of stuff. Overall, everything war related.
Oh no.
He can be sometimes smart and good in school, but socially he is just not there like any at all. Normally he just plays video games all day and goes to school, and actually I haven't heard from him in like a month because he is just that rejected from us. I think he is still savable, and I have been trying to help him sometimes, but I don't think that will work. And I'm sorry. This story is so unhinged, but there is an update. So we're going to find out if her friend was savable or not. Update. He got his driver's license and has been going out with us more now. And he feels more energetic and better. But the worst happened too. He started to grow a neck beard, and he is still awkward and bad around women. But at least he's getting some fresh air.
Oh,
I feel like this guy's just socially awkward.
This is the best thing I've ever read on Reddit.
And also, did they say how old they were?
They said something about school, so I was
I'm guessing like 16, 17, 18.
Yeah.
So, you know, he could be at that age where it's like, oh, I'm growing facial hair. I'm going to keep it to look cool. And it's like, no, it just looks like peach fuzz.
Yeah.
I think every guy went through that where it's like, I'm finally growing facial hair. And it's like 3 strands.
Yeah. I
feel like he's just a socially awkward guy.
Yeah.
He needs to clean up a little bit.
He needs to clean. But also, like, a lot of teenage boys are just messy. Mm-hmm. Like, just having, like, guy friends my whole life, like, there have been some messy ones, and they tend to get better as they age.
Yeah.
Some
eventually they
messy.
put down the Axe body spray and,
oh my gosh, yeah.
and realize a shower does actually work.
Yeah. So,
I just wish Matthew knew that.
Mm-hmm. I also think a lot of guys, and not that I'm a style expert or anything, but like don't know how to style themselves.
I was gonna say, all through high school, I wore flannel shirts.
Yeah.
I didn't comb my hair. I would just.
Yeah. But I think that's very common, especially like the more socially awkward, like nerdy guy. You know, where it's like, well, I just wear like gym shorts and like a anime T-shirt because I don't know what else to wear.
I'll wear jeans and whatever shirts at the top of my pile.
And I think everybody can look back at their high school outfits and be like, what was I thinking? Like, that is not it.
Glasses, braces, curly hair.
So
how I had a girlfriend in high school, I will never know.
Oh, I'm not surprised
Same.
that I was single all through high school. There is no doubt in my mind why I was. But I just love that story. Like, they're just so concerned about their
He's
friend
showing symptoms.
becoming neckbeard. And I just couldn't get through that without laughing, clearly. But yeah, if you're friends with neckbeard, sometimes you just gotta let it happen.
Well, you know, I'm glad she's showing concern.
Yeah.
I did think she went to the WebMD of neckbeard, though.
Yeah, it's like I didn't even know what this was till I Googled his symptoms.
But yeah, do look out for your friends. If they're starting to show signs, I think this guy's just very introverted or, you know, just have a way to hang out with them. Mm-hmm. But you can really tell how they talk to women. It just seems like this guy's a teenager who's awkward with women. Right. Which, you know, every teenage guy's awkward with women.
We've all been there.
But hopefully he continues to learn. Hopefully he gets a razor soon as well to shave the neck beard. Yeah. Chicks dig the mustache.
I don't know about that, but okay.
Hearing that from an expert.
But yeah, that's really all, you know.
Yeah.
Prayers out for that guy.
Yeah. We're thinking of you.
Holiday neckbeard.
Oh boy.
Last year, between Christmas and New Year's, my friends and I got together to hang out at a coffee shop. We were female. We're talking about games, mostly Assassin's Creed, and PC gear / hardware. In front of this coffee shop there's a big geek store that sells manga, action figures, trading cards, and etc. I think we're talking a bit too loud because a neckbeard with an anime shirt, all in black, and smelling like he doesn't shower for weeks, came to our table and said, "Females shouldn't be enjoying and talking about this. This is a men's thing." We gave him a okay sign with our hands and continued. This dude threw a tantrum. He wanted attention. He was so loud that we couldn't talk in peace. At one moment, one of the girls said, really angry at him, "You either shut up or I'll call the security." And then he left them alone.
Well, Matthew, I don't know if you know this. Women can't play video
I
games.
fucking knew you were gonna say that. As soon as you read that, I'm like, oh my god, that's gonna be a punchline. I knew that one was coming.
Yeah,
I saw that coming.
Video
from
games
a-
are actually only made for guys.
I saw that coming from a mile
If
away.
my female protagonist doesn't have the biggest jugs and fattest ass,
If I can't customize my female characters, I'm not playing the game.
if I can't sex every female character, I'm not buying it.
What was that game that like people got really mad because the girl was like really realistic and she wasn't hot enough?
Last of Us 2?
No,
No,
there was
it
another
was,
one.
People were complaining about that.
Jesus, you know which one I'm talking
I know.
about. She had like the freckles and stuff.
Was that
Horizon.
Horizon?
Yeah, and I was like, I don't play that game, but I was like, she looks fine.
She looks
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
It's
People
She
are, like,
beat the
Crazy.
shit out of all the guys that were saying she's not
Yeah.
pretty.
people are like, Laura Croft got nerfed. She doesn't even look like she used to.
like her
The
tits,
polygon,
her tits aren't
triangle
polygons
tits.
anymore. I would hope not.
Like, gosh, she doesn't even have big boobs anymore. Why even play the game now?
That voice, I do not like that voice.
What's the point?
God.
But I don't think we should do this Reddit subreddit anymore.
That is it for this episode of Plaid Couch. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment if you have met any neckbeards, or if you think you are one.
Well, I want to
let
hear
us
these
know.
stories
Let
so
us know
bad.
if you
Please
think
let
you
me
are
know.
one. And we will do our best to answer in the most honest way. So we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye, everybody.